For years after World War II ended in 1945, many of the world's most notorious Nazi leaders faced justice. Yet one of the principal architects of the Holocaust disappeared without a trace. His name was Adolf Eichmann. Millions of Jews, along with countless other victims, had been deported through the transportation system he helped organize. While other Nazi officials were captured, Eichmann escaped Europe and built a new life thousands of miles away in Argentina. For more than a decade, he lived under a false identity, believing he had escaped justice forever. But thousands of miles away, a young nation had made a promise. Israel would not forget, and Israel would not stop searching. In 1960, one of the most famous intelligence operations in history unfolded. Without firing a shot, agents of Israel's intelligence service, Mossad, secretly located, captured, and smuggled Adolf Eichmann out of Argentina to stand trial in Jerusalem. This mission became one of the most studied intelligence operations ever conducted, not because it involved massive military force, but because of patience, planning, and extraordinary secrecy. Today's documentary examines the historical record of that operation, why Eichmann was targeted, how he was found, how the capture unfolded, and the global impact of the trial that followed. Before the Second World War, Adolf Eichmann was not one of Germany's most famous politicians. Instead, he became a senior SS officer responsible for coordinating the logistics of deporting Jews from across German-occupied Europe. Historians describe his role as overseeing transportation systems that moved millions of people to ghettos and extermination camps. Although he was not the creator of Nazi ideology, prosecutors later argued that he played a central role in implementing the regime's genocidal policies. Following Germany's defeat in 1945, Allied forces arrested thousands of Nazi officials. Eichmann initially fell into American custody, but escaped before investigators realized his identity. He vanished. Like several former Nazis, Eichmann used underground escape routes, sometimes called the rat lines. Eventually, he reached Argentina. Using the false identity Ricardo Clement, he settled near Buenos Aires. He found work in factories and lived a relatively quiet life with his family. During the 1950s, Argentina became home to numerous former Nazi officials. Many believed distance alone would protect them, but survivors of the Holocaust continued searching. Israeli investigators never closed Eichmann's file. The search lasted for years. The breakthrough came through a combination of survivor testimony, investigative work, and intelligence gathering. One important lead came from information provided by individuals who suspected that Ricardo Clement was actually Adolf Eichmann. Israeli authorities gradually assembled evidence. Agents secretly traveled to Argentina. Rather than rushing into an arrest, they spent weeks conducting surveillance. Every day, they observed his routine. They photographed him. They followed him home. They compared old wartime photographs with the man living under a false name. Investigators looked for physical characteristics that matched archival records. Eventually, Mossad concluded that Ricardo Clement and Adolf Eichmann were the same person. The challenge had only begun. Argentina had not approved an extradition. A public arrest could have alerted supporters or allowed Eichmann to disappear again. A covert extraction was planned. On the evening of May 11, 1960, Mossad agents waited near the bus stop where Eichmann regularly returned home from work. When he stepped off the bus and walked along a quiet road, agents approached. According to published accounts, one agent spoke to distract him, while others quickly restrained him. The operation lasted only moments. Eichmann was transported to a safe house. There, Mossad questioned him to confirm his identity. He eventually acknowledged who he was. For several days, he remained hidden while agents prepared the next phase of the mission. The greatest obstacle remained. How could Israeli agents remove one of the world's most wanted fugitives from Argentina without exposing the operation? The solution required careful planning. Israel had sent an official delegation to Argentina to attend celebrations marking the country's 150th anniversary. An aircraft belonging to Israel's national airline arrived for the delegation. According to historical accounts, Eichmann was disguised as an ill airline crew member and transported aboard the departing aircraft. When the plane landed in Israel, the secret mission was complete. Only afterward did Israeli Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion publicly announce that Adolf Eichmann was in Israeli custody. The world was stunned. Eichmann's trial opened in Jerusalem in 1961. Unlike the earlier Nuremberg trials, this proceeding was televised and closely followed around the world. More than 100 Holocaust survivors testified. Their accounts brought global attention to individual experiences of persecution and mass murder. Eichmann argued that he had merely followed orders. The prosecution countered that his administrative role was essential to implementing the Holocaust. After months of testimony and evidence, the court found him guilty on numerous charges, including crimes against humanity and war crimes. His appeals were rejected. On May 31, 1962, Eichmann was executed. His ashes were scattered at sea beyond Israel's territorial waters to ensure that no burial site would become a place of pilgrimage. The capture of Adolf Eichmann remains one of the most consequential intelligence operations in modern history. It demonstrated that time does not erase responsibility for crimes against humanity. Beyond the operation itself, the trial transformed public understanding of the Holocaust. Millions of people who had never heard survivors speak directly were able to witness their testimony, helping shape historical memory for generations. More than 60 years later, the mission continues to be studied by historians, legal scholars, and intelligence professionals. It is remembered not simply as a covert operation, but as a landmark in international efforts to hold perpetrators of mass atrocities accountable. Thank you for watching. If you found this historical documentary informative, consider subscribing for more in-depth explorations of major intelligence operations, world history, and international affairs. Let us know in the comments what historical event or operation you'd like us